ঠিক মতো আসেনি কেন? Dear students of class 12 in Rajshahi College, welcome to online English second paper class. Because of the sudden rapid spread of the Omicron variant of COVID disaster, the government of Bangladesh has given instruction to keep the students safe from the spreading of Omicron variant of COVID crisis. That is why now we are undergoing a vacation, an unscheduled, unexpected and disastrous vacation from 22nd of January to upcoming 6th of February. But as you know, Rajshahi College always takes to keep its students in touch with the academic activities. Once again, we have arranged the taking of online classes so that the students can get benefit from the classes that we, the teachers of Rajshahi College, are taking. Today, I will discuss an important aspect of English language. People are very often confused with the definition, structure and function of the phrases. Phrase simply means a group of words making a unit in a sentence, such as subject, object, complement, adverbs, adverb, finite verb, present participle, past participle, infinitive. Primarily, we call these the subject, the units in a sentence. A unit may have one, a sentence may have one or more units among these ones in it. Even a single word, a single verb can make an imperative sentence, such as go and full stop. This go itself makes a simple sentence with a single word imperative in sense. Therefore, we need to know different units in a sentence. And I think all of you know what a subject is. There is a confusion between the units, considering the definitions of an object and complement in a sentence. Very simply, always remember that an object is a noun. An object is a noun which can be made subject when the sentence is made passive. But a complement, like an object, is also a noun, though this noun cannot be used as the subject of the sentence when the sentence is made passive. For example, I know the teacher. I know the teacher. You can easily make this sentence passive, making the teacher the subject of the passive sentence. The teacher is known by me. Here, the teacher, the object of the active sentence, is made the subject of the passive sentence of a same sentence expression. But if the sentence is like this one, I am, or well, he is, or he looks the teacher, if you use the verb like is or look, use the verb is or looks, both the sentences make almost similar meaning. That is, the sentence is identifying is the identification of someone, and in this sentence the teacher itself refers to the subject. Therefore, either with the verb is or with the verb looks, you cannot make this sentence passive. Reciprocally, the sentence cannot be made passive because the noun phrase following the finite verb is or look refers to the subject itself, unlike the previous sentence. In the previous sentence, I and the teacher are different nouns, and therefore they mean different ideas in the sentence. But in the second one, he and the teacher refers to the same person. Thus, the teacher is complement in the second sentence, and the teacher is an object in the first sentence. Well, and adverbs are those which determine where, when, how, why, how long, how much does the verb function. For example, he came in the night. In the night is an adverb because it refers to the time of the action of the verb, finite verb. Finite verb, it is the backbone of a sentence. Without a finite verb, we cannot have a clause or sentence. At the beginning of this class, I gave you an example that a sentence can be formed with a single verb, go. At least there is a finite verb in the sentence, that is go, and that makes a complete sentence or sense. And finite verbs make the clauses in the sentences. And you have heard about the present participle, past participle, and infinitive. They are non-finite verbs, and they make non-finite verbs make some functional verbs without tense form. Finite verbs are functional verbs with tense forms, and non-finite verbs are the functional verbs without any tense forms. Thus, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 types of units in a sentence. It is not necessary that in a sentence we will have all the units. And one thing you should remember that these units may be presented in a single word or in a group of words, making a single unit. When a unit is presented in a single word, the word is called a parts of speech. For example, Rahim came here. Here, Rahim is a noun, came is the finite verb, and here is the adverb. All the three words in the sentence make a particular unit in the sentence. Therefore, we have three words making three units in a sentence. But if I write a sentence like this one, the good boy slept here. The subject is the good boy. We have the subject in three words. The, good and boy, these three words make a single unit in a sentence, and this type of units having more than one word is called a phrase. We have seven types of phrases. All are coming from the idea of units in a sentence. For example, let us get an elaborated but brief idea about the function of different parts of speeches. In subject and object, noun is the parts of speech, and complements can be both noun and adjectives. Adverb, you know, adverbials, you know what are finite verbs. Finite verbs are those verbs which are in either of the 12 verb forms, and of course finite verbs are functional. Therefore, a finite verb can be defined as the verb, as the main verb in a clause which has both function and tense form. Sometimes a finite verb is helped by an auxiliary verb to determine its tense form. For example, he is going there. He is going there. In this sentence, we get going as the finite verb, and is used to help going to express its tense form. But sometimes is also can be a finite verb. When is used like this one, he is a boy. In this sentence, is does not help any other verb to determine the verbs. Rather, we can say he is old. In this sentence, he is old. In this sentence, it does not help any other finite verb. Therefore, in this sentence, is itself is the finite. But when I write, he is sleeping, is used to determine the finite verb sleep or sleeping. Sleeping is the finite verb. Its tense form, that it is in the present continuous form, is expressed with the help of is. In this sentence, is the auxiliary verb. Well, so we have known the function of the parts of speeches such as noun, adjective, adverb, finite verb, and also sometimes we have adverbs in the phrase forms. He works in this factory. The phrase in this factory is an adverbial because This phrase gives the information where does the subject he work. In this factory refers to the place of the verb. Thus, in this factory is an adverb. And in English language, all the units can be presented in a single word and in a single word or in a group of words. When a unit is presented in a single word, it is called a parts of speech. But when a unit is presented in a number of words, in a group of words, it is called a phrase. And now we will see different phrases in English language. Before starting the discussion on phrases, let us be clear about phrases and idioms. Some are often confused with the concept of idioms and phrases. One thing to remember that all idioms are phrases because all idioms make a single unit in a sentence like a phrase. Therefore, all idioms are phrases, but all phrases are not idioms. For example, the good boy came here. In this sentence, the good boy is the subject, it is a noun phrase. But I cannot believe a dark horse. A dark horse. Here, a dark horse is the object of the sentence. Therefore, it is a noun phrase. But this noun phrase, in this noun phrase, the words cannot sustain their original meanings, their senses. You know, dark means the opposite of light, and horse means a four-footed animal that runs fast. But the phrase a dark horse means an unknown person. This is an idiom because the words in an idiom lost their original sense or meaning, such as we see in the words, in the case of the words in the phrase a dark horse. A dark horse means neither dark nor horse, rather a dark horse altogether make the sense of an unknown person. This is called an idiom. A dark horse is at the same time a noun phrase and an idiom, but the good boy is not an idiom at all. It is only a present participle. And according to the function of the parts of speeches in a sentence, we have a group of words making different units in the English sentences. When I repeat, a unit is made of more than one words, the unit is called a phrase, and the function of the phrases are simply and always like the function of different parts of speeches. That is, previously I showed that nouns can be used in nouns can be used as the subjects, objects, or sometimes complements in the sentences. Similarly, adjectives often make complements in the sentence or modifies the nouns, Adverbs determine the place, time, reason, duration, length of the verbs, and verbs determine the function of finite verb determines the function of or any activity done by the subject or done related with the subject. Thus, if we proceed, we can say that these units can be made of more than one words. Therefore, the parts of speech that make different units in a sentence can be termed as different phrases. And I have written a number. of phrases, or I have provided the idea of a number of phrases at the left side of the board. As I have written noun phrases and idioms, and I have just told you the difference between a noun phrase and an idiom. We will also have adjective phrases. We have verb phrases, adverb phrases or prepositional phrases, present participle phrases, past participle phrases, and infinitive phrases. These three phrases, present participle phrases, past participle phrases, and infinitive phrases are these three phrases, present participle phrases, past participle phrases, and infinitive phrases, are made with three non-finite verbs, present participle, past participle, present participle, past participle, and infinitives are used as non-finite verbs. They can make different independent units in a sentence. For example, coming there or coming here, the old man felt thirsty. You see, we have the units like coming here, present participle phrase, the old man, subject, felt, finite verb, and thirsty is complement. It is noun complement, adjective complement, as the adjective thirsty refers to the subject, the old man, though the complement thirsty refers to the subject, the old man. In other words, the old man and thirsty are identical. When a noun or adjective following the finite verb is identical with the subject, it is called a complement. And when the subject and the noun following the finite verb is unidentical, the noun is called an object. Anyway, so we have an adjective complement here. You see, the adjective thirsty, can be extended with, the adjective thirsty makes a unit in a sentence. That is, the adjective thirsty is the adjective complement. If we extend this complement with a few more words, coming here, the old man felt thirsty for water. Thirsty for water is a phrase that makes the complement of the sentence like the single adjective thirsty. So, this is this complement is in a phrase form. What type of phrase it is? What parts of speeches are there in this phrase? We see we have an adjective thirsty, preposition for, water, noun. Therefore, an adjective phrase is made by an adjective plus preposition plus noun. Similarly, a verb phrase like a verb functions as the finite verb or non-finite verbs in a sentence. For example, he gave up smoking. When gave is alone, you know, give means to provide someone with something. But as gave is added with a preposition, the sense of the word give is changed. Similarly, when you write, he deals in, well, rather, let us take the example of a more familiar verb. He looks beautiful. Beautiful and he are the same one. Looks is the finite verb and it looks makes a link between subject and beautiful is a complement, subject and complement. But you see, when we get a sentence like this one, he looks at me. This noun and he are not identical, and the meaning of the verb look is changed because of the presence of the preposition at. Similarly, he looks, when we read a sentence like this one, he looks after his father. The sense of the verb look again changes. You know, looks after means taking care. Taking care of someone. Therefore, because of the presence of the prepositions like at or after, the sense of the original verb changes. And such type of group verbs, when a verb is a verb follows a preposition and a verb and a preposition makes a single verb, this is called phrasal verb or verb phrases. And always in a verb phrase we have a verb followed by a preposition. So, in an adjective phrase, we get an adjective followed by a preposition, a noun. In the verb phrase, we get a verb followed by a preposition. And in an adverbial phrase, we have well, let us see an adverbial phrase first. In the morning, they met me. In this sentence, we have the units in the morning, adverbial phrase, adverbial or adverb phrase, they, subject, make, finite verb, me, object. Well, what are the words used in the adverbial phrase in the morning? We have a preposition in, preposition in, followed by a noun with or without with or without modifiers. With or without modifiers. Therefore, the construction of a prepositional phrase is preposition plus noun with or without modifiers. And in the cases of present participle phrases, always present participle plus adverbial either in a single word in a phrase. For example, coming here, they saw us. We see the sentence begins with a present participle phrase, coming here, and the present participle phrase is followed by the subject of this sentence. Here we see coming is with an adverb here, or in the previous sentence we saw that the present participle was followed by an adverbial phrase. So adverb phrases are made by the use of a preposition followed by a noun with or without modifiers. Well, then what is the prepositional phrase? I am coming to that point later on. Similarly, past participle phrases are made with past participle plus adverbial and prepositional infinitive phrases are also made in the same way. Infinitive plus, infinitive phrase is made by the use of the preposition to plus verb plus adverbs or nouns. I came here to see him. To see him, in the phrase to see him, we have an infinitive to see followed by a noun or pronoun him. Again, I told him to go there. To go is followed by an adverb there. Thus, these three phrases are made. I have left undiscussed two phrases. One is prepositional phrase and the other one is noun phrases. I have left this because all these phrases such as adjective phrase, verb phrase, adverb phrase, present participles, past participle phrases or infinitive phrases have an identical structure. In an adjective phrase, we have an adjective followed by preposition and noun. In a verb phrase, we have a verb followed by a preposition. In an adverbial phrase, we have a preposition plus noun without modifiers. And in present participle phrases, past participle phrases, and infinitive phrases, we have present participles, past participles, or infinitives followed by adverbs and nouns. But in the case of noun phrases, we do not have identical structures always. Therefore, I have left discussing noun phrases in the previous discussion. Before giving you an idea about the construction of noun phrases, I will speak a few additional words regarding prepositional phrases. Prepositional phrases and adverb phrases are same in structure, but when an adverb phrase is used as a noun modifier, then it is called a prepositional phrase rather than an adverb phrase. That is, when a preposition followed by a noun with or without modifier is used in a sentence to determine the function of the verb, the time, place, action, time, place, duration, length, reason, cause, effect of the verb, then it is an adverb phrases. Adverb phrases are related. Adverb phrases always refer to verbs or modifies verbs, and prepositional phrase always refers to nouns, though both are same in construction. For example, when we use the verb in the morning, sorry, not in the morning, on the road I saw him. Here, on the road refers to the word saw, but when we have on the road following a noun, the man on the road is old, we see that on the road, the phrase on the road modifies the noun man. Therefore, on the road is the modifier of noun, and it is called prepositional phrase. So, the difference between an adverb phrase and a prepositional phrase does not exist in their constructions. Rather, the difference is in the function. When the same phrase refers, when the phrase refers to a verb, it is an adverb phrase, and when the phrase refers to a noun or modifies a noun, it is a prepositional phrase. Therefore, we have got the idea that in a noun phrase there can be a prepositional phrase as its modifier. So, in the sentence, the man on the road is old, we have the subject, the man on the road, that is the noun phrase before the finite verb is the subject. In the subject, we have the head word man and modifier on the road and modifier the. Therefore, modifier, head word man, and on the road prepositional phrase. Well, on the road is also another modifier. So, in a noun phrase, we have modifiers following or followed by a head word noun. The main noun in a noun phrase is called a head word. The main noun in a noun phrase is called head word, and head word is modified by a number of words or phrases if the modifier is at the used before the head word, that is called pre-modifier, and if the modifier is used after the head word, that is called post modifiers. We have reached almost the end of this class. If you have the curiosity to know the formation of noun phrases in an extended class later on, I may discuss the construction of noun phrases. For example, the boy there is poor. In this sentence, is the finite verb, and the boy there is the subject, and hence it is a noun phrase. In this noun phrase, boy is the head word, boy is followed by adverb there, and boy is following the article the. So, the is a modifier and there is another modifier. Even sometimes present participles can be used as noun modifier. For example, a girl playing on piano drew our attention. You see, drew is the finite verb. Therefore, a girl playing on piano is the subject, and as a girl playing on piano is the subject of the sentence, this is a noun phrase. In this noun phrase, girl is the head word, playing on piano is the modifier, and a is also a modifier. So we have both a pre-modifier and a post-modifier in the phrase a girl playing on piano. And playing on a piano is a present participle phrase. In the phrase the man on the road is a prepositional phrase modifying the head word noun, and in the phrase a girl playing on piano is a present participle phrase that determines that modifies the head word girl. We have reached the end of the class. Today I am calling it a day for this time. If you are interested to know the construction and uses of present participles in noun phrases, construction of noun phrases, I will discuss it in a class later on. Well, one thing to remember is that the other phrases like verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase or prepositional phrase, the items are identical. For example, in all adjective phrases, adjectives are followed by a prepositional phrase. In verb phrases, a verb is always followed by a preposition, and in adverb phrases or in prepositional phrases, a preposition always is followed by noun phrase or noun. But in the construction of a noun phrase, there comes a variety of words and even the modifiers or the items used to make noun phrases. Some items are used before the head word, some words are used following the head word. Thus, I think we need a complete class to discuss noun phrases. If I get another chance to take a class with you, I hope to discuss the things in details. Thank you. Thank you for today.